everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Best Friends Show Gems. It's been a long time, Nick. Where have you been, man?
Time. Gosh, just been playing music, working,
doing real life stuff, man.
Doing the life stuff, you know. It's really nice to be back. Gosh, we actually shot a video before. We don't know what I got deleted.
Yeah, I messed it up and deleted it, so that was like almost about a year ago, or half a year. I can't remember, but I was so disappointed. That was a good video too, but
it was
got
long.
deleted. But hey, we're starting over. We're starting over fresh with the 5th episode, and we're ready to show some gems for you guys, some games you guys might be interested in. I'm very excited. Nick, you got a lot of stuff to show, man. So we're gonna start with you, man.
What do you got? Think I don't even have the stuff from some of the last videos, so there'll be another one.
Let's see what you got. Oh shit!
I don't think I ever shown this one, but a little while back, I got a copy of Mega Turkin in the box. This is Reggie's box. I have one at home. I just want to thank my buddy Andy Clark, runs Super Smash Games.
Oh, Super Smash up there.
So he hooked me up with this one. And if anyone who knows about this game, it's fantastic. It's great. It's absolutely wonderful. You get some awesome features like grappling and stuff like you would in like Metroid, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Killer game. If you haven't played it, check this bad boy out.
All right, Mega Turkin. All right. Shit, maybe you want to try it out. All right, so I'm not sure if I showed this game in one of the videos. I might have showed this already, but I'm gonna skip past this one. But next game I'm gonna show you guys. I know you guys saw my last video about burnt out on RPGs, but this wasn't one of the ones I was talking about. This one that I actually really like. This is Fallen Legion for the Switch. Fallen Legion reminds me of a fast-paced RPG where it kind of reminds me of it's one game it reminds me of. I can't think of the name right now. It's that one called Dragon Force for the Sega Saturn for some reason, because your enemies you're constantly running across the field and attacking enemies, and it kind of a little bit of Suikoden as well with the battle system in Suikoden where you get into the war battles and the enemies cross the screen and attack you. Well, you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, Fallen Legion, definitely RPG you could get into. I don't want to go over too much of the story because I haven't got that far in it, so I can't really explain a lot of it to you. But you guys are seeing the gameplay I'm showing here. Solid game, very interesting. Really easy to get into. Not too much crazy dialogue before fights. You know, it's kind of like a little bit, and then you get into the fight, you get a feel for the game. So definitely something you can get into. So check out Fallen Legion. The Switch version is probably the easiest version to get of it because it's widely available. Or you get the limited run editions with the Vita and the PS4. But like I said, it's limited run, so you know how that goes. Good luck finding it on eBay. All right, what you got, Nick?
All right, so I'm just gonna do the Game Boy games.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So got some pickups here. So Max Payne for the Game Boy Advance.
What'd you think?
Here is really bright.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna do B-roll over it, so you're good.
This is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I would say, like, as far as, like, if you played the original Max Payne, you know, it's very straightforward of a game. The Game Boy Advance does a pretty good job of it. It's an isometric view, but it plays a lot like the actual game. Mm-hmm. It's similar, you know what I'm saying?
It's very similar, and not only that, what's really impressive about this game, they added the voice acting in it. The voice acting is in the game still. So I was like, oh, I was like, dude, man, that's insane. Like, it shows you what the Game Boy Advance can do.
Yes.
It's a 32-bit system, which people forget about. Like, it's actually a powerful system, and it really, I mean, you could put a lot into those cartridges. I mean, it'd be more expensive, of course, but it shows what the Game Boy Advance can do.
It's a really good example of how far they pushed it. And I would say out of any, like, games that are, like, on Xbox, PS2, that they try to do a version of the Game Boy Advance of, this is actually a really impressive port of it.
Okay.
So, if you haven't played it, find it, check it out. It's awesome. Should we just go through another one, or you want?
No, knock out your Game Boy stuff. There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
so another like really really cool game that I actually learned about from him is Alone in the Dark for Game Boy Color, and this game looks really good, and it's so unique,
and it's scary.
It
is. Put those headphones in your ear, lay back, and just play this game. I mean, it is creepy. I remember I played it. You start in the forest in the beginning where your plane crashes and you land in the forest. You're trying to get to the manor. And when you get to the manor, you actually see somebody in the house looking at you, and then the lights go out. So you know someone's in there watching you, and it's so freaking creepy. And you would think, like, how could a Game Boy Color game be scary? But they got it down, guys. A lot of development went into this game. They made this game work on the Game Boy Color somehow. One of the top-notch games on the system.
Play this.
play it in the dark. With the worm light.
Alone.
On. With the worm light
Alone
on.
in the dark.
What else you got?
All right, so this is gonna be the last Game Boy game here.
All right.
Now, there's Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now, there's Super Street Fighter Revival for the Game Boy Advance as well, but this is, I would say, the best Street Fighter game on the Advance. And I think there's only two,
Okay.
which is this and the other one. This is really, really good. Plays super well. I mean, it's Street Fighter Alpha 3. If you played it on the other one, this is a really, really good port of it.
Okay. And this was the first port to actually add new characters in it, like Yun and Yang. Yun, I think, is in it. Let me see here. They added a bunch of characters in here. I'm trying to remember everybody, but and what's cool about this? Yeah, Yun is in there, and a couple other Eagles in here too. Eagle from Street Fighter 1 is actually a playable character in this too, so that's kind of cool. It even adds the dramatic mode in there, so the 2-on-1 battles they are in here. So they did a good job on this port, guys. This is impressive. This is done by Crawfish, I believe. And they actually worked on Street Fighter Alpha 1 on the Game Boy Color, if I remember right. I mean, they really knew how to put games together. But, yeah.
It's really, really well done. I prefer this over the Super Street Fighter Revival.
Nice, dude.
I think that's what it's called. I could be totally
It is. It's Revival. Yeah. All right, so I guess I'm up next. I'm going to knock out 2. I got one of my favorite Jet Li movies, The One.
Dude, literally, my roommate was just showing me this movie. He's like, you gotta watch this movie.
It's
so
badass,
cheesy,
isn't it?
but it's so good.
It is. I mean, I was so happy with this movie. This movie's insane. Jet Li was, man, he was on a roll.
It's got a crazy plot.
It does, man, but the ending is my favorite part, but...
And it has Jason Statham in that movie, too, and I think he wasn't as known.
He wasn't as known back then. I mean, that's when he was doing... I think back then he had done Cellular, or around that time he was about to do... But he was getting better and more known, but yeah, he was in the movie, too. Very cool movie. Definitely something you want to check out. You don't have to get the UMD. You get the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. But the next game I want to show you is Heavenly Guardian. Now, if you want to, you look at the cover, it's like, hey, why, Reggie, why would you buy this game? It looks like some lame Pokemon game. Well, shame on you, because you're wrong. It is actually a Poke and Rocky game. Now, it was going to be called a Poke and Rocky game, but what happened was they lost the rights to the name. So instead of paying for it, they say, we'll just do our own thing. So it plays like a Poke and Rocky game.
So it's the same people that made that game then?
I believe it is. I just think that they couldn't get the name for them and everything.
Right,
I could be wrong about that.
or whatever it might
But anybody
be.
wants to look into that, you could do your own research. Maybe let us know in the comments. But I think I got it right. But the game is definitely worth getting. It's on the cheap. You could get it on PS2 and the Wii. I have both versions now. Both are worth getting. A fun game and something you can get into on the cheap. For some weird reason, though, the Japanese version goes for like $400. So obviously, this is the better version to get. Save a couple bucks.
Isn't it usually like the other way around, or is it just me?
It is, but hey, who knows? I mean, some guy was in the Metal Jesus Rocks group. He said, "Oh yeah, I bought the Japanese version. I'm so happy I finally got this." And everybody's like, we're like laughing, like, "What? You pay like that much money for it? You get this version for this much?"
And those were like, "What? Yeah, I don't know what you're
He said he had a Japanese system, so I guess maybe money's no object to him. But hey, if I can save a couple of bucks, man, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll get the other versions. But yeah, there we go, man. Heavenly Guardian. Definitely pick it up.
Well, all right. So I got a Switch game as well.
Sweet.
And I got some stuff to say about this one. It's the Sega Genesis Classics. I want to say collection. This game, so it's cool because it has like over 50 classic games, but there's some things that really disappoint me about this. And while it's fine for the most part, really, it's just that I've noticed some games don't sound quite right. Like Streets of Rage 3, the girl screams is like horrid to the ear.
Oh man.
And I don't like that you cannot change the buttons to be like a Genesis controller. It really bothers me. And so like, if you're playing like Shinobi 3, I love that game to death. I screw up because it's not exactly I can't change the button combination to be like it should be. And that's really my only really big gripe in the whole Streets of Rage 3 thing. And I haven't played every single game to see, but I know some people also had some complaints about this.
Well, it doesn't have that bullshit download part of the game to your memory card. Is everything on the cart here?
I believe so.
Okay, that's good.
Didn't have to.
It doesn't say like download part of it into it like some of the games do for Switch, so that's good. But that's pretty much your only pet peeve is
that's
the
really
controls.
my biggest pet peeve. And I mean, like, dude, they've made so many of these freaking collections since like PS2 and Xbox. Like, dude, just get it fucking right. Like,
seriously, I mean, even the other versions are probably better than that one. It seems as time goes on, when they get the new generation, they try to put less and less with certain games. Now, this has over 50 games in it, so I'm not trying to like.
I mean,
like,
it
count on
like you probably can't read this, guys, but because the light's so bright. But there you go.
It's just that I don't know what they. It seems like they went out of their way with some of them, like the PS3 version of a Sega arcade. I mean, Sega Classics. They added the arcade games on there with the Genesis
Right.
games, things like that. But I don't know. That's whatever. But
I mean, I got this on sale online. So of course, I wanted to get it, but I just, I would say I would rather just play the originals. I mean, it's cool to play it on Switch, but it's just not, doesn't really give you the experience that you desire.
okay, all right. Next game here. Happy to have this. This is The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Now, this is I have no idea. Well, I know I got this game. I thought it was going to be a cool game, and it is. I like the packaging that it came with. For $40, you get a booklet with it. You get a soundtrack, which always impresses me. That's like East Asian soft
That's
style.
actually pretty cool for only $40.
Yeah, exactly. And it says limited edition, but this is the only edition that came out for it. So don't let that fool you. Like they like to do that crap. Like that they do that to suck people in. Like limited edition now. Fuck you, man. Just tell us the truth and sell your game. But anyways, I picked this game. I picked this game up, and it looked very interesting. It looked like a simple game. It's like a storybook game about a wolf that was singing on a cliff, and a prince comes to see the wolf sing, and he starts clapping. And the wolf's like, "Man, well, I see this kid clapping. Should I eat him? Should I eat him, or should I keep singing?" And the wolf is happy that he likes to sing and everything. But the prince gets close to the wolf to congratulate it, and the wolf accidentally slashes his eye, so he becomes blind. And he's a prince. They put him in jail, so the wolf feels bad about what happened, and then tries to rescue him, and does a wish where the wolf gets turned into a princess and rescues the prince. So during the game, you're kind of guiding the prince to the destination. I can't remember what it was, whether you're going to see the witch or whatnot, but basically you go through like a bunch of puzzles and everything like that. It's a fun, interesting game. I know I'm not explaining it probably where you guys will catch on to it, but hopefully the footage you see here will kind of draw you in. My only pet peeve about the game is that they didn't have English voice acting in it, because it's more told like a storybook. So I was hoping to hear but of course it's in the text is in English, so I could read it, so I'm good. But I just felt like it should have had dual language options. But
Right.
I mean, the game is $40, so if they hired English voice actors, it probably would have cost like $60-$70, because hiring English voice actors is a lot of money. They be demanding a lot of money, man. That's why I see a lot of games are like, hey, we'll skip it on the English dialogue this time. We'll just go keep it with the Japanese. I understand why they do that now. But anyways, The Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Definitely you check it out, and it's also available for you psychos that love Switch so much. It's on Switch as well.
That's really cool though. For only like $40, you get the booklet, you get all the special stuff. It's not like they're charging you $70, $80. What PS4 games sometimes like $90 to $100. Like,
yeah, it's not a AAA game, and it's a simple game. It probably takes about maybe 3-4 hours to beat. So I mean, yeah. What do you got for us?
All right, so I'll just do the GameCube stuff.
GameCube stuff. Let's see what you got, man.
That. So, classic Resident Evil 4. You can't go wrong. This is probably... I know that there are people who are real fans of like the original Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 3, but this is my favorite.
Okay.
I love Resident Evil 4.
You know what's funny about that game? I was actually capturing footage with it a while back, and I only planned on playing the beginning part of the game, and the next thing you know, I got all the way down there to the part where you meet Luis, the doctor.
Yes.
And I didn't mean to get all that way. I just was addicted to playing it. The game still pulls you in to this day. It's pretty awesome, like most Resident Evil games do. I mean, Resident Evil 4 was a great breath of fresh air. The only part I hate in that game is going through the castle. I hate that part.
The castle's just like, it's just like a lot of like...
weird traps.
Stuck in the room, stuck in the trap, gotta kill a bunch of dudes.
Get Ashley.
Ashley, you're so annoying. But so there's all the different versions, like the HD version. I originally played the PS2 version, then I realized like later on that the PS2 version was actually the worst one to have. I mean, it had all the extra like content that came along later, but they say that the Wii version, this version, and the HD version, of course, is good. But if you want to play like the original ones, the Wii version and this one are the best. And with the Kirby, It looks good.
No, I bet.
Looks good. Another game, FZero GX. Gosh, this light thing's gonna ruin me.
No, he's used to like doing our old school thing where we point the game up here. He doesn't realize I show B-roll over this, so even if you guys see a glare, you're not gonna see it for long.
None of it matters.
It doesn't matter.
No, FZero GX is a great game, great racer. It's pretty straightforward if you play the original ones. The game with the Kirby again looks fantastic, and it's probably one of the better looking games on the GameCube. And I believe it plays at 60 frames per second. I mean, it's silky smooth, man.
Okay. I'm impressed.
It's hard though.
It's hard. It is.
It wasn't easy. This one's an obvious one, the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, where it has Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Only released with the GameCube bundle, a GameCube that you would buy. It would come with this. I think, or maybe you had to mail in and order that with it, or get it later.
It's one of the two, but yeah.
But it's an uncommon game. It wasn't sold at retail, so definitely something cool to have in the collection.
Yeah, I finally got it. I've been wanting to get it, and it looks good with the Kirby.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna keep throwing that in there.
I'm glad you knocked it out, man.
I'm not even getting paid for this.
So next game I want to show are I'm going to show 3 PlayStation games. You guys ready for this? 3 PlayStation 1 games. First game here, I haven't played yet, but I saw gameplay of it, and I thought, like, wow, I didn't know about this game. So, back in the day when the PlayStation was going out, pretty much going out of its, I would say, generation, XS Games was making, like, budget titles for the system. And they came out with a lot. I thought I had most of them, but I found out about this game. This was called Superstar Dance Club Number 1 Hits. So these are the number 1 hits. And this game is like one of those Dance Dance Revolution games. But it's pretty funny. And it had some cool music in it. So I was like, man, for like $3, why not? You know what I mean? It's just, I love finding PlayStation games that I've never seen before. And the music kind of catch me a little bit with the kind of like the late 90s, like early 2000s type of techno music it had
Making my way down. Oh, not that.
No, man. But it has some catchy tunes in it, man. So I'll try to play some here. Hopefully we won't get copyright strike or whatnot. But definitely worth $3, guys. So if you see this one, definitely pick it up. Also, I got a shoot 'em up, 3D shoot 'em up. It's called Extra Bright. This is an import game. And this game is pretty much like, I would say like a, I don't want to say like a Star Fox, but it's like a track shoot 'em up game where you're on tracks and you're kind of like going and shooting at enemies and everything. It has a big story mode to it with animated cutscenes and everything. So it's really interesting. I like how they put this game together. It shows you like, man, Japan really got a lot of cool stuff that we never got, man. So I always tell people, look outside the box, but they never do, man. They're like, oh, whatever comes to America, that's it. So they miss out on stuff like this. But Extra Bright, cheap game, definitely pick it up. And last game I want to show in this turn I'm having here is one of the coolest anime series out there. Some people think it's overrated. I liked it very much, even liked the movie a lot too. And this game is Cowboy Bebop for the PlayStation. Now, Cowboy Bebop is, if you like Star Fox, well, guess what? This is a rail shooter like Star Fox all the way through. You play as the girl, I can't remember her name on the cover here. I'll put the name, well, somebody in the comments will say the name. But anyways, you play as her flying around the city, and you're shooting enemies and just doing all that stuff. So it really is a game that it's made by Namco, well, Bandai. Bandai was making gems. They always make gems, but
yeah, they're still doing it today. But
combined with Namco. But definitely, Cowboy Bebop is on PlayStation is the one to get. I'm not sure about the PS2 version. That one was kind of weird and it's very text heavy. But this one is more action oriented. So definitely pick this up. It goes for like maybe $20.
Wow. Well, speaking of Japanese games that never came here, so back in our videos way back, we were talking about Gundam Wing Battle Assault, Battle Assault 2, and what was the Game Boy Advance one called? I can't remember.
It's over there. Gundam Battle Assault. No.
Oh, I don't think it's called that.
Where the hell is it at? It's somewhere over there. It might be over there. No, it should be. I can't see it. I forgot what it's called.
To be continued. So
to be continued.
Just go back and find it.
Yeah, we'll find it.
So anyway, this is the predecessor to all of those.
Okay.
It is like, it's a unbelievably great game. I love this. It was a Japan-only game. Gundam Wing Endless Duel. Now this is a repro, and this is an English translation. I got this just recently, like last weekend. and the cart looks great. You didn't have it's like an original, like the plastic was actually white when they did it, so it's not like it's painted. It has the Nintendo logo on there, everything there. It's great. But this game is fantastic. It's like Street Fighter. It plays super well. I mean, it's impressive how well it plays, and it's another Bandai game. I think Bandai just did a lot of like anime games, like all based on popular animes that people liked. I don't really watch anime. I don't even really watch Gundam Wing, but this game is savage, and you should play it.
Okay.
It's a great fighting game.
All right, man. Well, definitely, I might give it a go. I got the
We
one
should
on
give
Game
it
Boy
a go.
Advance.
I'll fight you.
You know, will you? All right,
Yeah.
man. The challenge accepted.
Square up, man.
All right. So, oh shit. Oh, I do have a couple more items. Woo, I got scared. Where's the rest of my stuff? All right. I think I showed this game in another video, so I don't need to show that. So I only have 2 more left. I'm gonna take my time. Splashdown for the Xbox. Yes, I have Splashdown. I have all the Splashdown games. This is probably the best Sea-Doo game ever created. Better than Wave Race, better than Wave.
I was just gonna say.
The Wave Rally, better than anything. The characters are so cool on this. The dialogue is hilarious. The racing is fun. This is where it's at, guys. Seriously. And part 2, unfortunately, only came out on PS2, but that's okay. But definitely, these games are worth getting, and they're on the cheap. I love this. Have you played the Splashdown games?
No, I've never
They
played
are so
it.
much fun, and the water effects for these games were so good at the time that when these games were released. I mean, you hadn't seen water effects like done properly like that. Like, water is the hardest part to do. I heard in developing games.
I mean,
like
Bloodwake was really cool.
I've never played it, but
Oh, you never played Bloodwake?
nope.
That's a good original Xbox game. You're in boats and you blow shit up.
Lots of
Great.
blood.
Oh, no. Just blowing explosions and boats getting destroyed.
Okay.
It is a good game, though. But, you know, I was thinking about this. So this is an Atari game. Back around this time, like, Atari made a lot of games. Or published,
Yeah.
I would say. They weren't only their developer, but they sure as hell published a lot.
Yeah, I think the Jaguar was their last dip in the friggin' console scene.
And Rainbow Studios, they did all, like, the Off-Road Furies and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, look at that. All right. Cool,
I'm
man.
pretty positive, so that's cool.
All right. What else you got, Nick?
Here we got some Super Nintendo games.
Oh shit! There you go.
Whipping them out.
Oh shit!
Oh,
This chair. You got to make sure it's in line. I think you're good.
I'll be.
Just try to be still.
It's
This
fine.
chair is jacked up. So
It's totally fine. So first game is going to be Shadowrun for the Super Nintendo. I also have the Sega Genesis version. I forgot to bring it. This is just like they're like the Genesis version and the SNES version. They're both RPGs, but they're both a lot different. The Sega version, it's top down, and it's not turn based or anything like that. Neither is this one, I guess. But this one's a little different. It's totally different game in the sense of it has like a cursor you use to pick stuff, kind of like if you're using like a mouse.
which version is better? That's the question everybody's asking. Like,
That's a
which
good
one's
question. So, like, this is much more story driven.
Story driven.
The Sega version is not like that, and it's more like just more of an action orientated, and but it's hard as hell. And if you're just playing it and you don't have the manual, it's gonna be hard to figure out. I actually have it in box with the manual, and I did have to like watch some stuff to kind of see what I'm supposed to do. But they're both really cool. It's a lot to talk about. I probably could do your own video on these 2 games. But
No,
anyway.
thanks. I mean, I probably won't play them, but I mean, I'm not trying to dog. I just sounds like a lot of work. You know, like ugh.
It is a lot of work. Now, I mean, it's based off like the tabletop game that people played. I never played it, but the story and the world that it's in is really cool.
Okay.
But it's a lot to take in.
The next game you have, I used to have this game, man. It's awesome.
Captain Commando. Solid brawler, man.
A lot of people don't notice about this game is that this is a future Final Fight game. It takes place in the same world, Metro City, in the future, like way deep future, of course. Yeah, it's pretty much a sequel to Final Fight.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people only know who Captain Commando is because of like Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, that's where he got popular in those games. The arcade game was never really popular. And yeah, he never really caught on, at least in America, I know. But one thing, and you guys are gonna think this is corny. I mean, you know this is a beat 'em up game, but one of the coolest things about the Captain Commando game, and this is probably only having an arcade. I'm not sure if the Super Nintendo has this, but when you beat the game, it's so freaking cool because they ask you, they don't know who he is. They're like, "You saved us. Who are you?" And he finally says, Captain Commando, and that's the first time you hear him speak in the game, and it's like so
crazy.
cool, man. I was like, yeah, dude, like that's freaking tight, dude. So I was like, dude, man, I mean, you might think it's stupid, but I thought that part was so cool. I was like, yes, dude, he said his name, like everybody knows who he is now. It's like he's, you know, like no one knew who he was, but now they know because he said his name. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, what else you got, Nick?
And the last one is Axlay.
Yes, Axlay is a vertical and horizontal shooter, which is
And
pretty
it's
amazing.
tough, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
ModeSeven.
ModeSeven all over the place with that game. I had a lot of fun with this game when I had it in the past. It's something unique. I'll say that much. You know, is this Konami?
Yeah, it's Konami.
Yeah, Konami was just, they were on fire in the 16-bit era.
It.
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened to when they got the 32-bit era. They just kind of like fell off. Thought they could, we do 3D, we'll make money. Not quality games. Like they learned their lesson tough. I mean, Castlevania and Metal Gear did good though, but other games like Contra and some other shit I can't remember.
They did not do that all that well.
No. But anyways, we're talking about freaking Axlay here, and Axlay is definitely a shoot 'em up that you want to have in your collection. Did you get pretty far in it?
No.
Yeah, you got in the first level kind of tough, huh?
Yeah, I got to like the boss, and then like I died, and I tried it again.
With Super Nintendo shoot 'em ups, they seem like they make the boss some of the bosses too hard or levels too hard. Like they wanted to make the game harder so you could go out and rent it more or something like that. You know, I know
that was a problem with like Contra Hard Corps, another Konami game. It was like
they messed that one up.
They really botched the American release. So
a lot of people don't know this. Here's a little history fact. You actually have a health bar in the original version of the game. They decided to take that out and make the game harder. Now you know what, the game is hard as hell. You're like wondering why. It's because you're supposed to have a health bar before you lose your life. Like three
you get
bars.
3 hits.
3 hits and then you die. Not one hit death. Now that was unlocked as a mode in the game to kind of like as a hard mode or something like that. That'd be okay, but that kind of killed that game. So sorry, I didn't mean to take away from Axlay.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, I love Contra Hard Corps, and it's like if you're gonna play that game, like just download the English patch for the Japanese version. You'll be happy.
Definitely. All right, it's my turn, huh? Well, here's a game that was recommended to me by my buddy Drew. I didn't know about this game. I may have seen it before, but it was kind of, someone said it's on the level of Ratchet and Clank. They told me it was a hidden gem, and this is Scalar. Yay, Scalar! See that cute dinosaur? The Scalar?
Sounds like a
lizard thing. I think it's a lizard.
It's like supposed to be like Spyro, but
lizard dinosaur. I mean, not dinosaur, dragon or whatever. But maybe it's like Spyro. I don't know. I never played Spyro. Yeah, I know what you guys thinking. Like, you can't believe you never played Spyro. I just didn't really care for it. But
okay, I didn't either.
But Scalar is something very interesting to look at. From what I saw on trailers for it, I thought it looked good and it was worth having, so I picked it up. I can't really give you guys too many more details about it because I haven't played it myself yet. But maybe you guys can give me some info about the game and what do you guys think about the game. I mean, Nick, from what you're seeing on the back of it, do you think it's something worth getting?
It looks like just like a solid.
It's around an $8 to $10 game. Some people are trying to raise the price on it. It's available for Xbox and GameCube, but you know me, I gotta get the PS2 version first. Then if I get another one, I'll get the GameCube. I'm not sure if I'll get the Xbox one though, because
it's like Spyro's cousin that they never talked about.
Yeah, Spyro's messed up cousin. It's all scaly looking. So there you go, Scalar for the PS2. Check it out.
And I got one more.
All right, man. So I don't have any more. So that's perfect.
We summed it up pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, who doesn't love GoldenEye? We've all played GoldenEye.
Yeah.
You know,
wait, don't tell me it's GoldenEye.
This is Goldfinger.
What?
This is actually like a whole hack of GoldenEye, and it's meant to be just like the movie Goldfinger. And I guess I haven't watched Goldfinger in forever, but a lot of this I played this game. I played on my PC. Like, this is the Nintendo 64 cart. It's not like the greatest. It's pretty dark, and the levels are so big. Like, the N64 just didn't handle it as well. But on the PC, it's really cool. If you do it right, you can play with the mouse and everything. It's fantastic. But they added a lot of like the whole game is redone, and it was pretty ambitious. Like, if this actually came out, I would have been. This would have been a great follow-up to GoldenEye. All the guns are different. You got Sean Connery's face in there, all the characters from the movie, or Goldfinger. It's really impressive. It's actually really impressive. So go find this hack, try it out. It's actually really sick.
I think I might, man. I mean, it looks.
And the cart is really nice.
Are the controls the same as GoldenEye?
Everything is literally the same.
Damn, because
everything, but the levels are different characters. They even like use like different, like in original GoldenEye they only had so many faces. Well, they switched it up and they changed things around. And all the music is totally different, but it's great. It's really an ambitious project. I'm actually very impressed by the people who made it.
Okay, very cool, man. Well, guys, this video is going on 30 minutes, so that concludes another episode of Best Friends Show Gems. So episode 5, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was fun showing you guys these games. Let us know if you want to see more of these videos in the future. We got plenty more games to probably show for you guys. And Nick, do you have anything to close with? I mean, we're back finally.
It's just nice to be back.
There we go, man.
Nice to talk to all you lovely people here on the internet.
We're still going around and collecting games for our collections. And we, do you still hit up pawn shops and Value Village? Is a good
yes.
place? I don't really hit those
You know what?
anymore.
I actually get a lot of. I've gotten a lot of luck at like Cash Americas. Like I got like a whole lot of like 9 GameCube games.
Okay.
They're all like the really popular ones: Super Smash, Zelda. Super Mario Sunshine. All those games, and they just had the stack. Like they just got it, didn't even price it yet, and I was like, "Hey, I'll buy all these." And they're like, "What do you think?" And I was like, $50, and they were like, "Cool." And I was like, "So for what I would have paid for like one of those games, I got 9." So
perfect.
Can't complain about that at all.
Excellent, excellent. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you later.